My name's Abby. I'm a commercial estimator and I'm also a psychology student. I've been training at Xaar since they opened, so over a year now. So I work at Reece. I'm a commercial estimator. I do quoting for big commercial jobs, but it's not my career. I'm going to be a psychologist one day. I'm training to be a psychologist at the moment. Yeah, I've only just made that career change recently, kind of following a bit of a lifelong dream of mine. So I used to train at commercial gyms. I trained with my friend probably 6 days a week, who was a PT. And then she moved to Canada and I was left to train by myself, and I just didn't. Like, I never trained. I would go like once a week maybe. I had no idea what I was doing really. I would go to the women's only training room because I didn't like people watching me while I was training, because I had no clue about my technique or anything like that. And then I went to Canada and I had a snowboarding injury. So I hit a jump that was way too big for me and landed on my head instead of my feet, and ended up fracturing 2 of my vertebrae in my back. So I was in a lot of pain for a really long time. I saw a physio for a couple of years. He told me that it was purely muscular, nothing to do with my bones, so I didn't need to get any scans or anything. But I was still in a lot of pain, and my mum was actually seeing Svet at the time for her bone density problems. So when Svet was working at Forge in West End, I went and started training with him. A couple of one-on-one sessions just to rehab my back, and it like changed everything. My pain was reduced astronomically. I was able to actually train properly, and I learned how to do everything correctly. So yeah, when he opened up Xaar, it was kind of a no-brainer that I was going to follow him and Darko there, because they were both so helpful for me. And then Darko recommended that I go and see Dr. Martin Smith at Q Sports in Hurston. So I saw Dr. Smith, and he basically told me that I had a broken back, which was news to me. Yeah, so my training has helped my pain just so much. It's crazy. And yeah, I'm never going to stop. I mean, I've never injured myself really badly at a gym, but I definitely have made mistakes with my technique that have led to injuries. We would train really hard, mess something up, and then not be able to train for however many weeks until it was better, and it's kind of just a cycle of that. So yeah, learning the correct technique has obviously helped me a lot in that regard, and I don't really have any breaks in training anymore, any long breaks anyway. Mistakes, I guess, I still make mistakes all the time. One of the main things that picks me up on is that I get way too attached to my numbers and the numbers that I'm lifting, and mainly my deadlift numbers. So I'm trying to learn to kind of accept the process that I'm on and not get so attached to certain numbers, and be okay with deloading a couple of weeks in a row and stuff like that. Well, my routine at the moment is a lot different to what it used to be. I do a lot more yoga now, so I'm doing yoga twice a week, and I do Pilates as well. I did a lot of Pilates at Forge, but when I first started coming to Xaar, I got really into the weights training, and I was doing weights training like 5 or 6 times a week. And it was really good. I was the strongest I've pretty much ever been in my life, but at the same time, I struggle with burnout, so I go crazy hard and then I can't do anything for a while. So moving into more yoga and Pilates helps me strike a bit of a balance with my training. It's so much better for my flexibility, for my recovery. I don't get as much DOMS, like muscle pain anymore. Yeah, mixing yoga and Pilates into my training has really changed my routine for the better. I mean, for my back specifically, Pilates has been really, really helpful for me. I have a compound fracture in 2 of my vertebrae, so mobility is really important because I get inflamed a lot around that area. So moving my body heaps with Pilates, all of the stretching and mobility work that I do in that has been really, really helpful. Yeah, that's the main benefit for me, has been my mobility for sure. I don't necessarily have huge goals with my training in regards to lifting lots of weight. I mean, I'm pretty happy with where I am at the moment and I'm progressing pretty steadily, so I'm just going to keep going on that path. I think training a lot kind of forces you into good nutrition, because when you're exerting that much energy, you need to get that energy back into your body. So eating well kind of comes naturally when you're exerting that much energy all the time. As far as sleep, striking a balance between uni and full-time work and gym 5-6 days a week is a lot. So sleep does tend to take a bit of a backseat sometimes. I definitely need to improve on that for sure. 8 hours minimum every night. I try and catch up on weekends when I can. But yeah, improving my sleep is very important. I mean, if we're talking about benefits to your health, it's my body and my mental health. Keeping in a routine with gym has helped my mental health astronomically. Yeah, there's been some points in my life where things have been really damn hard, and coming to gym regularly and getting those endorphins kind of forced out into your body is one of the best things that has ever happened to me. My take-home message is got to be kind to yourself. There's been so many occasions throughout my training history where I have missed a few days because of uni or life or whatever it is, and if you beat yourself up about that, honestly, it's just this vicious cycle where you get upset about that, and so you don't go to gym and it just gets worse and worse. Be kind to yourself. Yeah, just be kind to yourself. Accept that you can't always do everything at 100%. You've got to have a balance, get some sleep, treat yourself right, eat some good food. But if you can't all the time, it's not the end of the world and you're going to be okay. Just try again next week. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more videos.